All right, good morning, guys. Let me know if you can hear me. No, I haven't gotten that far yet, Sean. It's been one of those mornings. Uh, copy. There you go. You should see it now. All right, cool. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, so we're gonna do the best we can today. I'm exhausted. Um, already had 2 meetings this morning. I'm like, oh, child had me up till I don't know 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not the most happiest of campers today. And now if you hear snoring, it's not me, it's the baby. She's literally plastered to my chest and she's snoring. Sticking, yeah, right. No, that'll be an excuse just to lay on the floor and not get up. No, she, I don't know what it was. I was exhausted. Like most of this move last night, I missed. I was like literally like 9 o'clock. Let's go to bed. I'm exhausted. Um, I had a boys across me, or I had to cover for the younger team. So I coached, literally ended at 30 minutes early, ran home, had an hour and a half long lacrosse meeting, and then I was like, all right, baby said she was tired, like let's go to bed. And she just, I don't know, her addiction to her tablet went crazy last night. She threw the tablet. We turned it off. It was full meltdown. She had to have all her toys. My wife ended up throwing in the towel. Like I think I'd fallen asleep around 10. My wife threw in the towel, and about 11:30, it was just girl screaming nonstop. And then my body was like, "Oh, we're awake. Okay, let's go, let's go." And then I was up till I finally got the child after like 2 situations of timeout. I think I finally got her to sleep at like I don't know, probably 2:30. But of course, at that point, my body's like, "Hey, we had a nap. We're good." And she was laying on me, so it wasn't even like I could get up and do something constructive. And I think I finally probably fell asleep at like 4. So yeah, I was watching my alerts go off, and I was like, "Man, I got alerts going off left and right. I want to get up." I was like, "But I don't." It's like it was like you have like the devil and the angel on either side. I'm like, I need to get up. I need to go trade. And then it was like, but the girl's laying on me. She'll wake up, and I just got her to sleep. I was like, but you got to go trade. So yeah, rough morning. So I'll do the best I can with it. If I get too tired, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm done. Um, and I'm shocked she's not. I mean, she's still out. I'm shocked she hasn't woken up and told me she needs milk, but she's in a volatile state right now. But I will say, guys, her school did go awesome yesterday. This school is so cool. I'm so excited for her to start going. Um, she literally, she was like, I had to bring my backpack, and she was like going into the classrooms, and it was such a great experience. Like I wish I'm very excited for her to get started. Like these 2 little girls came up and said hi to her, and yeah, it was like a full meltdown. I don't know if she's nervous, but like we couldn't get her dressed. My wife was like, "Hey, we can't put her in like weird clothes. Like she can't look like a scrub," and she was insistent upon wearing like this little like this blue skork thing. And at least I got a hoodie on her. But she was excited. There's a place where they get to put the rain boots. Like they go outside and play in the rain. So like there's a rain section where they have their jackets and their boots. So she was excited about that, and it was like, oh my god, all my friends. Trying to get her to leave was a pain. So yeah, it was. I mean, everybody there was like, "Oh my god, she's the cutest!" Like everybody loved her, and like this one little girl, I forget what that girl's name is, who just turned 3 a couple months ago. Um, Actually, maybe I guess in the beginning of January turned 3, like just a little bit bigger than Jin. Came up and like like gave her a hug, and everyone's like, "No, no spacing, we can't hug each other." I was like, "Oh, this is lovely." um, but I mean, Jin loved it. It was like when we said bye, we had to say goodbye to like every kid there. So great experience for her. I can't wait to get in there with her. I'm definitely looking forward to it next week because I think it'll be great for her. She's tired. She's tired of being cooped up in the house with the pandemic. So she'll be able to go play with her friends. Anyway, obviously lots of movement. G20 has like dropped the bomb today with things. Yellen is going to burn everything down. I'm just going to say it right now. We're going to go into recession because of Yellen. Um, she's making comments. The BOJ is like, "Hey, listen, we got to push this 2% inflation type stuff." But she's just dropping these comments about issuing issuing long-term securities certainly makes some sense. The dollar is like, woof, we raising interest rates because it sounds like we're raising interest rates, and you can see it. Euro dollar down 100, pound dollar down 200. Right, dollar CAD up 157, Aussie dollar down 200. I mean, these things are just getting hammered. And again, pound strength as well. BOE is mentioning that the inflationary tiger has woken, sending bond yields higher. Right, this is a little bit different of a story, but again, bringing pound strength in. And we've mentioned that pound strength has been, one of those things you'd expect to see, but when they're talking about inflation, it's like, oh God, here we go. We're going to raise interest rates in the pound. Not the best, not the best thing to hear, right? Yeah, it's, I don't know. I think I wouldn't say that it's anything concrete. It's just there's so many statements that were made, and people have been waiting for them to mention something about raising interest rates for so long. Um, I think I would say that it's a little bit of an overreaction, but it's just because people have been like, it's kind of like a happy trigger finger, if that makes sense. People have been waiting for so long to mention like anything that even remotely sounds like they could raise interest rates. Now you notice that the gold is down. I mean, gold is not there yet because again, they're saying, you know, they got to force 2% inflation. It's not there yet, right? Not there yet. So yeah, I mean, kind of an interesting situation. But again, yeah, it's just dollar craziness today. It's dollar craziness, and again, it'll all level out, and this is what G20 meetings can do, you know. But yeah, Yellen's going to burn it all down. Liz, that's a man bites dog story. I really best start off long term serious. Why the differential? Yeah. Has another problem with another problem on her agenda. Financing the government debt. She's gonna burn it all down. Yeah, I mean, it's Todd's like, oh, this is like Gandalf, right? It's Gandalf. You shall not pass. I'm like, hey, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. You say you raise interest rates, it's gonna everything's gonna collapse. Oh, it's a little bit early for this one. I'm interested to see what this PMI is. But look, I mean, Swiss had good data. Right? Swiss had good data, and that's what's holding this one back. You're like, wait a second, why isn't the Swiss moving? Right? Why is this one getting hammered? This one's getting hammered. All these are getting hammered, but the Swiss is like doing nothing. This is a great number. So it's strong dollar, strong Swiss. It is kind of the battle going on right here, right? So we'll see what it comes out. Look at this. Can ill afford continuing the lockdown in Germany? And by the way, I'm also out of coffee. Just to complete my morning. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, put it this way. I mean, I'm a little bit jaded, right? I'm a little bit jaded. I wasn't Yellen's biggest fan the first time she was, in power, of any sort of power. I just felt like she was just there. Like, I would say that she was like a wet noodle. Like, I didn't feel like anything she did was really positive necessarily. Like, I feel like she had the position, but I don't feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like Powell has like a specific level of, I don't know. There's something about Powell that just, he carries some type of power, right? When you talked about like Bernanke and things like that, those are other people that you see, and it's like, okay, man, this guy could really change things around, right? And I don't know if it's just the timing of it or, I don't know. But Yellen last time, I just didn't feel like, I don't know, like I didn't feel like she said anything that really was earth shattering, right? I didn't feel like, it was like, oh God, Yellen's going to speak. I mean, like right now I feel like she's in the burn down phase. I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know. But like I feel like she just wants to burn everything down. You look at everything she has to say. It's like, I don't care. We're gonna wreck this, and we're gonna wreck this, and we're gonna wreck this, and we're gonna wreck this. And it's like, listen, we were on a plan. Things seemed like they were working pretty well. And you want to do your own agenda and not care about what not try to build upon the previous agenda. We're just gonna erase everything. We're gonna start over. And I just don't. I felt like her policy was wrong the first time in her decisions, and I just feel like she's already not doing it the right way now. I don't know. I just don't think she's a great candidate. I mean, I guess she's got the resume for it, but I just don't think that I don't think she's the best person to be in that role right now. So we'll see. Anyway, tomorrow, obviously, nothing. Sunday night, you can see that we have some manufacturing data out of China. Now, this will be an interesting number. It's actually picked to be forecast a little bit lower, right? Look, there you go. Just a minute ago. Japanese economy shows signs of recovery. So again, people are coming out of this lockdown, or at least in Japan. Again, the people that were there first. I think this will be interesting. I mean, it's a super early Sunday. It's kind of a strange time, but So again, it's nothing tradable because it's at 2 o'clock in the morning. But interesting number to get a kind of read. Any of the gaps that occur, this is probably going to further them, particularly in the Aussie, because this will definitely affect the Aussie come Sunday night. And again, with this amount of movement, I mean, this is an absolutely insane amount. This probably will retrace. Because I'll tell you right now, if Japan is recovering, they're also going to start looking for resources for their, manufacturing and, industrial sector to get bigger. That, again, is also another one of those strong factors for the Aussie. So, hold on real sec. I need a little bit of comedy here. Hold on. I messaged Jack this morning. Hold on. Hold on one sec, guys. Oh, you're not helping. Jack sent me a message this morning. He had a funny post on Instagram, and I had to respond to it before I forgot it. Yes, Jinjin. Okay. Oh, she's moving again. Oh, she's gonna kill me. So yeah, look for that movement on Sunday night. This is definitely going to make it interesting, but this is way too much movement. There will be a bit of retracement, and I think where we would see the probably the most beneficial retracements are probably going to be in the Aussie, because like I said, this is a strong dollar story, but the problem is not fixed. And don't forget, there's supposed to be a vote today. I don't see anything over here, but I believe that the vote is happening today for stimulus, right? Let me just see. Oh my God, it's so hard to type with her here. Let's see. Yeah, the House is set to approve the $1.9 trillion stimulus package and send it to the Senate today. So remember, all this strong dollar right now can get really sidetracked and go sideways as soon as they start, throwing $1.9 trillion out there. So yeah, I would expect some type of a retracement here, especially if that gets passed. And again, it will. I mean, there's no way to stop it. It is what it is. It's definitely going through the House. So don't be surprised when it comes out. But again, throwing a couple trillion, almost $2 trillion out there for the dollar. Again, that's a dollar weakness type play. So yeah, I'd expect retracements. All right, let's go right over into the charts. Let's pull this up. I hope to God some of you guys made money off this one. So as I explained in the Nadex presentation, like I said, I still think Aussie is in a strong position. This is obviously, this started, late last night. This is one of those things. It's an if this then that. I get emails occasionally from people like, hey, you put a trade on, but like price is so far away. What do I do with that? And it's like, listen, you got to set alerts. I mean, eventually when price comes there, that's where the setup comes in, right? Like, oh, sorry, Jinjin. I didn't mean to rake that across your face. I mean, here it is, guys. I mean, literally, we bounced off the level. You say, okay, listen, there's those last buyers. Prepare for the fail. Look for the base, and you can see there's a base there. You could have used the base here. You could have used the base here. Either one of these two bases would have worked just fine inside of the same Harry Potter setup. And again, I mean, this is depending on where you took it. Again, if you took it from this first base, I mean, you're talking about 137 pips. If you did it off the second base in here, you're talking about 110 pips. So I mean, there is a number of opportunities to take this one short. So remember, the trade setup is nothing but a plan. It's not necessarily just a set and forget. You could use it that way. I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, I really hope that you guys, were able to kind of profit from this one. Bring it back up to an hourly level. You can look and say that, hey, listen, why did this turn? Well, that's where we had areas of, buyers stepping in. So, big question is, will we get somewhat of a reversal on this one? And, I think it's an interesting position. I mean, I would draw this up here and actually I'd shrink this and probably do it from there. I just wanted to get that on for like the Nadex group. But, I would say if we can get up to the 78.30 range, again, that's where this basing occurred. And it was a pretty decent move. I mean, top to bottom here, you're talking about 112 pips. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. I mean, the daily ATR is only 73. So in an hourly chart, in 3 hours, if you're able to cover, 1.5 times, there was some power behind that, right? There was definitely some power behind that. So, it's definitely a level to watch out for. I would say right now, curve-wise, again, watch top and bottom. Watch that 77. I'll move this across just to make it a little easier here. Did you just get comfortable, please? Hold on. There we go. You can see this is the 4-hour zone, right? That's what it ran into right there. Move this out of the way. That's fine. We can leave that there. But you guys can see that's what it ran into the 4-hour, right? So, that was the expected area. We wanted to make sure we had profit targets out. It did what it was supposed to do. I mean, there's nothing really else to say about it. So if we pull up, I think we're good there. Again, 77.27. You could probably get a bounce, but I would use that probably more for a profit target today. I think the slowdown right now is this is the retail trader trying to step in and take advantage of this dollar play as well. But later on today, when we do get that kind of the stimulus is passed, definitely expect some type of a bounce. And understand, we have levels here. We have levels. Oh, God. Oh, just give me the middle. Obviously, seller stepped in here. We have sellers stepping in here. We have sellers stepping in here. So there's a lot backstopping this area. But can a $1.9 trillion stimulus package kind of derail this? Yeah, probably. But again, we can use all of these technically. If they break, we could technically use these as launching points back all the way up. And I do think by next week we will be back up top here. I don't think this is not going to be a sustained dollar strength, for lack of a better word. All right. So let's see. Do we have anything small that we could probably take advantage of it now? Probably. So this is what I'm kind of thinking. If we can get this to kind of push back down again, if we get that approval later, that could be the launch point back up again. And again, same thing. If we are long because this pulled back, make sure you get your profit targets out before that level. Right? That 78.30 level. I like that 78.30 level, though. A very, very strong movement off of it. And again, right now, I'd like to see this pull back down. I don't think we'll do it before 10:30, but if we can get it before the stimulus is in, I'm into that one. I like that one. Looking at AussieN. So, AussieN, massive pullback. Massive pullback. Now, again, we did have an entry here. We were looking at potentially going long. And again, that was here. This is the Harry Potter here. And we left it on as far as a potential target. And you can see it kind of did the same thing. That's why I wanted to leave it on for you guys. Right? What did it do? If that's the old level, right? This was the old top. It based. Telltale sign it's going long. Went up. Based one. Pulled back. Boom. Harry Potter trade to the top. Whoops. Not auto trading. Harry Potter to the top side. What did it do? It came down. Use that same level. It dropped, it based, it pulled back, used the same exact level, and then collapsed to the downside. And again, this one hit twice based, right? Hit in, bounced up, came back down, based in the, spiked through, based, dropped, based, pulled back, boom. So, and here was that second Harry Potter, right? Here was the second Harry Potter that we drew yesterday. And it went all the way down, and you guys can see it made it right down to the 1 to 5 where we expected some buyers to step in. So, kind of the same thinking on this one. I would probably put, if we do get any type of retracement, I think there's probably a decent level sitting right in here, right around 83.11, and it was decent. I mean, you had the green, the red, the green, and then boom, you had the confirmation color change here, and it is a level basing. So, I think it's decent, kind of the same push. I would say this one is probably due to go down, but it's probably worth one more short if we can get up to that level. Right? But hopefully you guys took advantage of this. Again, we were looking for this break, and it did. It bounced here once, gave us the base, and then off to the races down. Again, you could have used this as your stabilization area as well because it's right there. So, yeah, I think 83.11 is a decent short. I think this 80, let's see, I'll go back up just so you guys can see it. I think downwise right now, again, this 82 level right here, 82.05 is probably, this is more or less, I guess, the channel would be focusing on, right? The curve. Kind of in here. Let's see. Let's make this the right colors. I'd be using that right now. And again, level on top of a level, you can see there's a larger time frame. The 4-hour is really from here to here is the 4-hour. So this is kind of the peak of it. I'm using kind of the middle ground here at the 81.84, kind of the bottom of this, the hourly zone. And again, it still gives us a little bit of a backstop below, which I could use, I guess. I guess in there, but I think that one works better. A little 81.83 to 83.11 up top would be my top and bottom of this curve level. And remember, if we get a break at the 81.73, then we're looking for targets down here at 81.19. So again, just like this was eventually when it comes back down, that's the play. And again, it gave us the play here. We were looking for some way to get short. We just used the basing level here. Remember, it's about establishing the new level of base when we pull back down. So again, great if you can get it up top. Great if you caught it here. Great if you caught it here. And again, this is done. There's another one sitting right down here lower as well in the Aussie. So a lot of play with the Aussie, but I do think actually at this point, I think we will probably pull up, especially if we can break through this level. I would not use as another sell opportunity, but again, I do think we will come back up next week, especially with that Chinese data. All right, Euro. So look at that. Yesterday we drew a target being down. You can see that it came right down to the 129. It hit it one time, came up, hit it a second time, started to pull up again, and really after this one drove deep. It's not an area where we're looking to go long for. But you can see that it did give some short opportunity. You could have taken some short trades out of that one. So, this level is off. So we'll delete these. Here's where we expected it to go. It went. Right now, let's see. I'd say, and again, we can adjust this because it's slightly higher. There's an hourly zone that starts there. I do like the way that formed. Let's see on an hourly. Yeah, I do like that. That is a nice zone. I like that how the wicks come lower. I'm going to say, I want to say there, but again, the initial push was here. Here was the second push, and it spent a lot of time down there. It's a decent move out, but I would say for Sunday, I'd be looking at this as far as kind of my top and bottom on it. And again, that level is just in the upper third again. So it kind of, it's an interesting level. How many pips do we have until we can get there? It's about 30 pips higher. Man, that's a good level for stimulus today. All right. Oh, Jinjit. This child is like half delirious. I mean, it's like 10 o'clock and she's just starting to rouse, but it's like, it's still kind of the, I just want to lay on your arm. It's like, but I need that arm for the mouse. I like this 120. I like the 129. I think the 129.42 is a decent level. If we can get up to that level and then kind of hover around there, that could be an interesting short for stimulus. Because I do think that release of the stimulus is, I think it's going to power the yen up a little bit. I think that could be interesting. And again, top third, decent level. The risk on it is approximately 10 pips. So again, it's in the wheelhouse of what the ones that we like for the intraday trades. I think that's keep that on your radar. I think that's good. But overall, again, for, top and bottom, 128.18, top side, again, looking up here in the 129.86-ish range, I think is also a decent level, top and bottom, to draw a new curve level for the euro yen. All right. Pound yen. Obviously, this one tanked. We were looking for a push, and again, we mentioned kind of pushing down, and it just blew through. I mean, this one just was able to collapse all the way down. Now, you can see on an hourly level, it did come down, and we talked about 147.46. We had talked about taking profit here. We talked about we didn't want to breach this level. It was a nice area to kind of bounce off of. Obviously, I missed this one. I didn't take this one. I didn't catch a lot of this kind of fall in the overnight. And again, I think a lot of this will be retraced next week. Some of the comments that came out of the pound were, obviously quite inflammatory, for lack of a better word. This one is established here, so we can get rid of this. Kind of the same level, right? This one is pulling back already. It's got about 60 pips. I don't think this one will get up there in time for the yen to kind of repower itself, but it's a decent level. I'm trying to think where I would draw. I mean, we have the grander curve here. I don't know. I mean, as you can see this, we've marked this one off like multiple times as being a popular area. I don't like this zone. I like the euro yen zone up here a little bit better. So we're going to move this up top. We're going to move this out of the way. Talk about that. Come on, move over. Yes, Digit. I know you were tired. Man, I don't know. Being a Friday, the only thing that scares me about this level, using this as kind of an intraday curve level. I mean, again, it only touched the top, so there's definitely buyers there. It's just the fact that it's a Friday that I don't know if it's going to hold. I mean, again, it's not so much the holding; it's that can it hold, and Can it provide enough momentum on a Friday when we only got like 2 hours left of pound trading? I feel like yes, but it's got, 95 pips to go? Like, can it have a 95 pip drop today and then be able to power back up again, I just don't think, I think that's too much. So I'd keep it on the radar. Again, I'd say it's probably a decent Sunday night gap. If we can rally, continue to push down today and halt this rally, I'm thinking for Sunday night gaps, this may be what we're dealing with, using 150 or 47.40 as kind of the two levels. I'm wondering, though, if we're going to get stuck here in the middle around this level, right? So, 100 pips down for today and then being able to bounce, I think, is going to be too much to ask for this one. But I think either of those levels is decent. Watch this kind of center third area. We'll see if, again, the approval of stimulus is enough to kind of, power this through. All right. Pound dollar, obviously got hammered as well. And you can see we marked off this level. It was basing, telltale sign. It dropped, right? Dropped, pulled back, grabbed that level. I mean, it can't be any more clear with that. As far as, what we would, let's see. Is this one correct? No, it's not correct. This one would have triggered last night. So again, there's the level. We talked about it, grabbing that base, right? There was the basing level above, and actually on the 30-minute, you could have adjusted it a bit lower. It would have been, there's your basing level, your drop, your base, your pullback, and boom, your explosion to the downside. All right. So again, still waiting for a burst higher, 142.02. Again, that's something we're keeping on there for our radar. When it eventually does break, and it will break, look to go long up top. Right now for downside, I'd say I'd be a bit cautious. It's 38.54. We didn't make it all the way down. It did turn before then, but that's definitely a level. Again, let's see. I'll just use the yellow zone. We know that there's a yellow zone there. Watch out for that zone right there. Okay, so for me right now for Sunday night in preparation, there's a zone right there. I would say this is probably our range right now for our long and short bias. Obviously, we take off this middle area. We need to watch it. This previous short was obviously in the middle of it. Let's see on a 30-minute. What does that look like? There's a couple of them in there. There's a couple decent ones in there. That's 90 pips. We don't have to worry about it today. Yeah, we're not going to have to worry about it today. This level has some very, very interesting levels in it. I like the way we have the ascending wicks here. There was the base right below kind of testing that level, and we had to pull back into it to confirm that we had sellers in there. So that's a very interesting level right in here. Again, we're so far from it right now. I mean, we're like 105 pips away. I'd be very surprised if we can get 105 pips back up that quickly. But again, could the stimulus, a $2 trillion stimulus, be enough catalyst to move 100 pips in the pound dollar? They could, but just because it runs up there today doesn't mean it's going to give us an entry to reverse and come back down because it is Friday, right? So like I'm saying, the big catalyst that's coming may only drive us to that area, but I do like shorts. It definitely, without a doubt, keep this area here on your radar because this is especially for like Sunday, this is going to be an interesting area to play and potentially take shorts off of. I like that area a lot. But again, I don't know what it's going to look like on Sunday, so we got to see what's holding there. Euro. All right, so Euro, we talked about this. We expected a break. Unfortunately, we didn't get to pop through. And again, we marked off 1, 2, 3, and number 4 was the one that blew through the top before we had the reversal back down. We're looking for a break somewhere over here. It didn't actually pull back. This one actually chopped. It came down, it popped up, and it chopped. Instead of coming 3 down, we were looking for the short, and we don't have it yet. So, I would say this one probably retraces over, and this is maybe a Sunday thing. It's probably going to kind of flat. I would assume it kind of stops right in here. But I'm looking for a bit more. Like we really need this and then a pullback. And maybe this is Sunday night, right? Maybe this is the Sunday night that we get it. Jin, you're killing me. But again, this was supposed to break 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is where the big break came through. Then we took our basing. So again, I'd look for this one to drop, and this chop, unfortunately, back and forth kind of kept this one from going. But yeah, I do think that the euro is going to be more problems. I think the pound will rebound from its movement today. And you can see it's already starting to come back down again with the pound strength. That initial burst up is what caused the problem. So this is probably at least a Sunday trade, maybe early Monday trade as well. This could be an early morning Monday AM trade. All right, so watch that. Euro dollar. Eurodollar's bouncing. I think, we talked about 21 all week. Hopefully you guys got this. We marked it off. I know we did it with your session because we did the two colors. There was many entries. There was this. Then we had a basing level here. You could have grabbed it here again. You could have grabbed this level right here. There were so many opportunities in this one. There was another level sitting right there as far as a short goes. This is one of those ones. It figures this keeps happening to me. Like there's like amazing setups, and I got the baby that's screaming. These were all by the way. This was the pair that all the alerts were going off in because I was like, oh, come on. Late last night, here's the European Open. I guess I should mark that off, right? There's the 3 o'clock. And there is the 9 o'clock window. Right. Actually, right there. There you go. So again, could you guys have taken this on the 30-minute saying that, hey, listen, we have a level of basing right here? Oops, not that, right? There's your level of basing. There's the UK Open, and the response from it was a 50-pip mover. Please say yes. Please say yes. Right? Right, Jinjin? Take it to there. So again, UK Open, right? Let's see. There's the other one, right? Oh yeah, we're good. And then this was yesterday. So yeah. And again, bounce exactly where we thought. I would say this one comes down. This is in a similar situation as well. If we can get to the 121, I could see, again, this trade is out now. I hope to God you guys got it. I could see a bounce from here. Again, this is a stimulus trade. If we are down here later on today, I don't know what time they're approving the stimulus. I don't think it's out yet. Yeah, it's not out. I don't see it yet. Maybe I missed it. Let me see. Is it out? No, they're doing the live updates. Not yet. If we come down again, this is a small level. I can see a decent bounce off of that, and this would be this. This is lined up. This is prepped for that stimulus talk. Again, when it comes out, it should be dollar weakness, and again, that would send the euro flying back up again. So, again, 121 flat is kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for this one to push up about 30 to 50 pips. Really, I think it can make it through here. I would push it up probably back in that level, 121.50. Again, remember, set your profit targets based off of what you see in a chart. The 1 to 3 is the minimum distance we need. Right now, we know there's buyers stepping in, but they actually pushed a bit higher. I think they will come up and test, and that's right around that 1 to 5. So I would say make sure you have your targets probably here, right? That would be about a 40 pip mover, right? They want to vote and bail out of town, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a weekend. They're out of here. All right, so dollar CAD, we talked about it. We expected it to move. It did. It rallied up. It went across. We're approaching the top third. So this one has had a lot of movement. And really, we don't have the top of the curve until much, much higher. There's some small levels, and you can see it bounced off this tiny level. This level is 4.5 pips. Not really interested in taking it. It's nice when it rolls off, but not really the best of targets. I think of this one, I'm more looking. Here, I'll just use these over here. That short is already done. Let's talk about this level. Probably looking, again, if we can push up to the 127.26, I think that's a decent, that'd be a decent roll point. Again, top of the curve, I think that's much better, and it's actually inside of a 4-hour zone as well. So, yeah, I'd be using that one right now. Right now, I don't have a setup on this one. We talked about this one pushing higher, and it did. It rallied straight off of it, and then kind of started to chop higher. But I think this one will roll as well. But I don't have an entry or even an alert on this one until 127.26. Yeah, Ernest, the only thing that scares me about that one is the fact that it closes at 3 p.m. I don't know what time they're approving it. I don't know if it's like a, hey, let's do this at the end of the day type thing. Like, can we coincide it with an end of the day rally to make everybody feel good? It's the one thing that I hate about, no, it's not the one thing. I guess there are multiple things that I dislike, but the one thing I hate most about, Forex over at Nadex is the fact that they close at 3. Like, the currency market closes at 5, right? The indices close at, I got it, 4:15, 4. I get it, making those expire then, but nothing. It's not a 3 o'clock close. Literally, the close of the market is for currencies is considered 5 o'clock. Why would you cut us? Why cut us off 2 hours? And they're like, oh, it's because of the future. Shut up. It's the rest of the world can do it, but yet you can't. No, right? Make it at 5 like everybody else, and then close the contracts down, which is fine, and you can do all your resets like everybody else, like all the brokers do in the world. So that's the only thing that scares me about that one, because I feel like what will happen is it'll stagnate. At 3 o'clock, they'll approve it, and then the euro dollar will jump like 60 pips, but we won't have anything to trade at that point. So that's the only thing with the knockout that would kind of scare me. But again, you could take it and close it early if you really wanted to. All right, dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss is doing nothing. It's like, wait, why is everything? Dollar Swiss is not moving. Well, we had strong dollar. It's strong dollar versus strong Swiss, and it's a stalemate. So again, we're still looking for a break of 93. And again, downside, there's you could potentially get long at 90.07. But again, it just goes to show you when you have strong versus strong, you don't have the movement. Strong versus weak, obviously we have a lot. So this is oh, Jinjin, you're on my arm again. I still like this one. This would be a call for next week. And again, we can use this on Sunday to kind of say, hey, listen, that's not a bad spot, right? Not a bad spot. But right now, there's not really much to do with it. It's just not tradable right now, right? So let's talk about the yen. So the yen's been chopping back and forth. So, it's kind of one of those things, like how many times can we hit this? I mean, we cranked it here again. It's like, oh, we cranked it and kind of trapped people and then pulled back again. This one is it's kind of a funny position right now. And you can see, how many times do we need to smash those sellers, right? How many times you got to hit those guys? And remember, this is, I had this, I don't know if it was yesterday. My days are starting to kind of blend together. I don't know if it's yesterday or the day before. I got an email about this, and somebody's like, well, wait a second, you had a level there, right? I'm like, I did, but, how many times do you have to hit it, right? They're like, what do you mean? So the reason why supply and demand works is because, think about it. If everybody wants to sell at a specific price, right? Eventually, everybody has a buying point or a selling point. When something gets so cheap, like if I told you, listen, I'll sell you this $100,000 Ferrari for $100,000. There's not going to be many people that are interested or take it, right? If I said that I will sell you this $100,000 Ferrari for $70,000, brand new, right? You can do whatever you want with it. There will be some people that will take it. There will be some people that won't. Eventually, I will get to a point where everybody will take it, right? It's kind of the same idea with this one. Eventually, I could tell you, hey, listen, I will give you $10 to sell me your house that you own free and clear. You're going to be like, hell no. Eventually, I'll get to a number that you will definitely sell, right? Everybody has a price. Market's the same exact way, right? There are so many orders sitting there, but eventually all those orders are gone and there's nobody left and it needs to push higher, right? That's the same situation here, okay? It's setting up traps. It's giving us retraces. You can see on the hourly here. Digit, I need this hand real quick. I need the mouse. Can you switch arms? Can you go to the other side? Oh, go to this side. There we go. There we go. She's tired. She's got a pacifier in. She didn't even use the pacifier as a baby. I'll drop this down to a 30-minute. Look at this. Let me move this red line because, again, that's kind of where we knew it was going to break. Look at this. This is a parabolic move. We expected a retracement, right? We found the top and it pushed down, and now we're at that same level. I would say this one is in the exact same spot as a lot of the other positions. There are probably some sellers, and again, we know that we have higher level zones here. We know that we have a 4-hour zone above. We know that we just pushed through a little bit of a 4-hour zone. We know the next big area of sellers is coming in right here, right? This is 16 pips away. So are we in the area where we could have a potential short in this one? I would say absolutely yes, right? And again, we've tested. They keep stepping in. There's a small area here on the hourly, but again, we got these 4-hour levels that are kicking in right there. They're sitting right there. And again, look at it. It's trying, but every time it punches higher, it's losing these sellers and it's making new areas, but it's also running out of buyers on the other end to fuel this. Okay? So again, I would say that, there's been multiple different opportunities this short, and these have been decent runs of about 40, 50 pips. I mean, here's a pullback at 34. This pullback over here was about 30. Again, what is it? Could this one rally back down again? Whoops, not that. Delete. Let's pick this one. I would say profit targets on the next on this short here would be 106, 11-ish area. I think these are all good. This is also lined up for dollar weakness to step in. Now remember, dollar yen, is always a little bit different because, again, you're playing with two U.S. factors here. This is U.S. based. This is U.S. influenced. So it's a little bit different. And again, large stimulus should weaken the dollar and strengthen the yen a bit, right? That could lead to a decent rollover. But again, we're so close. I'd wait for this one to come up before I look for a short. I mean, if you want something really aggressive, you could take this one. It's only 8 pips. It's very tiny. Again, look for a rollover down. But, it's poised, right? It's poised, guys and girls. We can actually adjust this here if you really want. I'll do it on a 4-hour. Yeah. You guys can see right there. There's your top. I guess technically we can go down to here, but we're going to use that one and set it and establish it right there. Okay. All right. NQ. So NQ is rallying back, right? And again, we've kind of hit levels here. I mean, we knew this. Oh, Jinjin, what are you doing? We knew there's a level sitting right there, right? And right now everybody's trying to figure out, like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Now, I'll ask you this question, right? Given people $1.9 trillion, should that help the indices or should it hurt the indices? Answer is it should help, right? You can see, and I mentioned this to Todd earlier today, I expected this to go down, right? That there would be shorting opportunities in this one. Why? Because, again, everybody knew that we were going to raise interest rates, right? It's kind of like, oh, you mentioned, rising interest rates. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad, right? So what happens is it went higher. And again, did it spike above? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's common. There's a support and resistance trap because, support and resistance people are going to say, hey, listen, I know there's a level sitting right here, right? If you break it, we're going off to the races. So what did it do? It peaks its head just above and collapses. So you got to be prepared for that, right? And again, that's why Nadix is nice because you're not at risk of those type of the same type of traps, right? Decent push to the downside, kind of expected it. I would say, if we push back down, oops, hold on, delete. I mean, if we push down into here, right, I think that's a decent kind of push, right? And actually, you know what? I'll just go across. Let's see. Try to do more of these over here. Start with NQ. Right. Oh, I hate the line breaks. Oh, Jinjin, you're killing me. Again, you guys can see what we're looking at. Yeah, you guys can see that. There's the break right there. I'm trying to think what we do this one. I think the other one's a better chart for this one right now. Yeah. Ernest, it's in the evening. Ernest, do you know what time they're talking about doing it? I thought it was, I don't know. I wish I knew what time. Like I said, it's Congress, so we can't vote on them. We can't rely upon them to be, accurate of what they, when they say they're going to do it. Put it this way, I would say that there is probably a bit of a long in here. I mean, here's the 15-minute. You can see there's sellers coming in. I'd like this 12, 315 level. Let me see. Hold on. Let me jump across. NQ 15 minutes. Let's see if we can. Nah, it's not as good over there. I would say I think there's a long opportunity here somewhere. Do I have it? Have the exact spot? No. I mean, I may set it up something along these lines here. Use this bottom over here on the 15. Take something along those lines. Right here. I think that could be a decent area to pop higher. Like I said, something small. Little bounce. Waiting for that stimulus. If we can get that low. Right? But again, I think the trade of the morning was the short. Take basically shorting at the open as I think was the best. No specific time. The rules committee have to run through it before voting. I'd say around 6 p.m. No, it's Friday, man. You think they're going to wait around till Friday, till 6 p.m.? I don't know. But who the heck knows? The thing is, here's the funny part about it, Ernest. It's like, yeah, you're going to wait till 6 p.m. Like, the senators want to work till 6 p.m. at least on a Friday. I mean, there's no way to stop it, right? There's technically no way to stop it. Why the heck would you push it off that late? Right? I mean, let's play politics more. S&P, same thing. I mean, you can see it right here. This is the same setup. Looking for shorts off the open, right? And again, we had some basing level in here. Same thing. There's your open right there. And what did it do? Straight down. Why? Oh, we're going to raise interest rates. So, I mean, the trade is basically done. I mean, there's not much else we can do with this one. We were looking to get short. I mean, you can see there's a level that we're looking for right here that if you're waiting for it, it's just a bit close. There's your open candle right there. Straight down. And it's one of those things. I mean, not much to say. We just hit profit target on the trade short entry. You guys should already been in. And again, this was easy. This was a super easy one, right? I mean, you had to expect this. I'm curious now. Carl, I don't see Carl posting yet. Carl, I know Carl got short this one without a doubt. Yeah, it was easy. This was an open trade. I hope you guys got it. Dow, kind of the same thing. I mean, there was the push that we talked about yesterday. Talked about Nadex. Again, I expected this to drop. We're looking for this to go a little bit higher, but kind of the same thinking. Expected. I mean, there's your 30-minute level at the open after a push up. I mean, it's done. Remember, if only 100 senators and 1 million household. Yeah, right. And 1 million house reps. Yeah. So yeah, there's the short. I really hope to God you guys made money on that one. I mean, yeah, I kind of want this one to push all the way down. I think this would be great. But yeah, easy one. I mean, this is at the open. Interest rates expected to close. This was perfect. So, I mean, we're already at profit. And again, there's another entry down here if you guys want it. If you guys didn't take it, but I can't really say much more. So, all right, let's switch back over and go over to the fun realms. Let me switch back to here before you guys tell me that. Now, what are you doing? Oil. There's the oil play. And mentioned yesterday, there was a couple different areas we'd have hiccups. One would be here, and you can see it kind of chop back and forth. This one didn't too much, but we mentioned that this should be right here, right? Why? That's where the start of the move was. That was the origin. That's the candle behind the wick, and you can see that it ended up crushing and then pushing back through. I still think overall targets down here at 6112 makes sense. I think we'll probably end the way that it's pushing. I think we will probably end somewhere over in here. Remember, this market does close a bit earlier. Just pushing back. I think this is set up and poised really for next week to be a pretty interesting kind of trade. I like some of the levels that are formed in here. I mean, decent, big, strong pushes off of it. I mean, you can see that this was a decent push, this base here, and collapsed down. We're pushing down now, but I think the 6112 is a decent. It's a decent area. I like how it kind of base pushed out and then and kind of took off. But profit targets were shorts were in. Kind of excited about this one. I don't know how much more I'd be taking shorts off this level right now. Again, we pushed in, we kind of stabilized, and we pushed. So there was definitely a short entry in there. Would I take it again? That's a bit riskier for next week. So, Tintin, you're killing me. But again, short oil down to 6112. That's what we've been calling. Gold. Look at that. I mean, this one was a pretty funny trade. Yesterday it was interesting. You can see that it's huge, right? So yesterday I was telling Todd, I was like, listen, we got 4 hits here. I was like, but there's a knockout right here. I was like, yeah. I was like, but I don't feel like this is going to be able to hold. I'm like, we had the bounces through. We hit it. I mean, as far as basing levels, I mean, there was another entry. It came back up and, here was the trade from yesterday that I told you guys to get short on. Here is, again, if you want to take a basing level, you can take that basing level right there. And, look at that. Again, this is a raising interest rate story. I said, again, the U.S. trader, the retail trader has not stepped in yet. They're going to have to jump in. How do I know it's a retail trader? Because of this. Now it's only 85%, so some people have gotten out. It was 86 earlier. Everybody is long. Of course it's going to go down, right? And bam, there's your result from the open. So it's a Friday, guys. I mean, yeah, the stimulus will help this one kind of turn around. But I mean, look at this. This is the retail trader reacting into what Yellen said. And again, it was kind of, again, open had pulled up into a 30-minute level, reacting to what Yellen said, and then bam, collapse of the downside. So, I can't really give you a trade. It's already happened. Not much more to say on this one. So, I want to see where it stops in bases. We may, let's see. I mean, on a 4-hour basis, these 2 blue lines are zones. Right? These were 2 targets. This is the next, that was where the first target was that we did the other one. It could be, maybe here. This is the next level that we have tested down here. There's a small one here. I could say that, yeah, there's a level right here. and I'll change this to blue so that it stays consistent with those two, right? But this is, I think, a little bit better of a pop, right? And again, this one is out. We are done that one. So you can see there's 2 levels. We'll just bring this one down. One there. And I can steal this one now because it's been definitely 3 or 4 times that trade is gone. I would say there's 2 levels there. Yeah, Jin. And again, I'm going to save these. I'm going to put them over here because I'm going to need them again. Jin, the passy is killing me. You'd never use the passy as a baby, and now you're all over the passy. We'll just push this down here. Change it. I'll change both these down. Change this to blue. There we go. We can take that off now. Actually, I could probably put that on the top side. Yeah. So I'd say 1724. Like I said, with them mentioning that we need to have inflation, this will find a bottom here at some point. It's obviously not in yet, but again, the fact that they said they need it, eventually we will see the inflation. This will turn. Remember, the raising interest rates is the stem inflation, so it's not quite there yet, but it will come in. And again, this is a lot of strong dollar. $1.9 trillion passed. That obviously helps this case to go back up again. So there is potential bounces in here, and these aren't huge. These aren't huge zones. So if you guys are looking for a gold trade, you could take it. Silver, there we go. Silver. It hasn't come back up and tested that level again. Came through, had a bit of an issue, breaking into the third. Came through, had a little bit of an issue, and is pushing back down again. We talked about this one. We'll extend it across, but again, 2611 was an area where we were watching. Right. It's interesting. Look at this. So here, I'll pull this one across. You guys can see that it definitely had some problems basing through here. It doesn't look like they gave us really a Harry Potter entry, but look at this. The basing, it pulled back up, it based again, and maybe it did. Let me see. I don't think so. Now, but just see how it came down. Look at that. When I dropped it, look at this. Base all the way through, you'd be looking for a break. So I guess it kind of did. It came here and based and then pulled back up. So, I guess we did get the Harry Potter out of there still. But again, telltale basing, pulled up, based again to reset it, pulled down, away, Harry Potter entry. Because again, this is not a Harry Potter North. This is a Harry Potter South, right? I'll go down to 15 so the newer people can get it. Right? Pulled down, based, pulled back. Pulled down, and across. And again, remember, you got to readjust these. Again, this is the bigger adjustment. If you're going to go to the 15, you need to adjust the basing level, and you would have used this level here. You would have adjusted it to there. Right? Actually, there. Because there's the base, there's the top. Right? So, dropped, probably got entered, maybe not. Definitely got entered and pushed down. So, yeah, right now I would say, wait for a bounce. I know it's already starting to pull away, and there's not much we can do about that. It'd be better if we went down to 2611. That would give us the ideal entry. It's a level we've talked about for a while. So, but again, high on the curve, back to low. Harry Potter trade sitting in the middle. There's another entry here as well of the break. So, one school day. What? Ooh, oh, engine. Oh, what are you doing? So yeah. So that's it, guys. Like I said, that stimulus thing is going to be the biggest thing that we need to watch out for. It'll come eventually. We'll see it. Hopefully it's not at 6 p.m. because there's not much we can do about it. But let me just say this, and I'll end with this one today. Because I've been out of coffee the entire time. Oh, the girl is rotating and has not gone to the bathroom yet, so I need to take her potty. We are 99% potty trained, so she's been holding it this whole time and been good. So I don't want to make her have an accident, especially on me. If we get that stimulus at 6 p.m. tonight, think about what potential trade opportunities are going to exist on Sunday, right? Will there be a gap over the weekend? Yeah, right? Because it's going to definitely change the environment. Right now, the 1.9 trillion is not there. People expect it, but once it's there, it takes a level of uncertainty off the table, right? It takes it off the table. Okay. So again, look at your potential opportunities. Once it gets in, what I would say is definitely this week, put in the extra time. I know people are busy on their weekends and they hate working on the weekends, but don't look at this as work. This is going to be fun. Look where your levels are And again, paint your levels out and maybe look at, one or two levels, top and bottom, go to the smaller time frames, check them out because there will be gaps into those levels and then retracements on Sunday night. So that's the one positive to this thing being if it is a late afternoon, it's not going to give us great trading opportunities today, but it will give us amazing trade opportunities on Sunday night. You just have to make sure that you do the work on, tomorrow or late tonight after the markets are closed to mark off those zones. And then again, see where things open up. And again, these could be fun. See where potential weekly contracts are on Nadex, right? Again, before they get all jacked up with premiums and stuff like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing. It's 10:28. Ginger, I need that arm again. Oh, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm totally taking it out with the baby today. Daddy is dead. Right there, and of course, I'm gonna have practice tomorrow in the rain. All right, let's go. So, Debbie won yesterday. Actually, this will be Debbie's third win. Right? This is Debbie's third win. Ernest is in for 2. I will give you guys another. Excuse me. I'll give you till 7:30 to be able to get your tickets in. So it's a big Friday. I don't see any trash talking. I think Forex market will be 24/7. It should be 24/7. Yeah, I know. I mean, I get the Saturday thing, Ernest. Like, it makes sense. I mean, like, the banks are closed, but currency transactions still happen. So it's kind of one of those things. It's, I get it. And I will say, people like, I never really got super that way because I did understand, I'm very big on, having a rest day. But I do know people that, they were so addicted to trading at one point where, they had to carry a laptop around with them. They would go, on vacation and would have, a laptop with them. They would have a Chromebook and their families were getting pissed off. I actually know one guy that got divorced because no, he didn't. I know a woman that got divorced because the guy was basically you can't get off that thing. She's like, I can't stop. And it became an addiction. So having a Saturday off is actually not bad. I know a guy that almost got divorced because of trading, but I guess he didn't. It was actually the female that I know that got divorced. But yeah, I mean, it was you go on family vacation, you're at Disney World, and you're sitting there trading on your laptop. It's hey, you're kind of missing out on life. No, I mean, I hope you didn't get divorced. If you did, you didn't tell me. I hope not. I don't want to be. Don't bring that on me, Ricky Bobby. I don't want that. Heck no, Ricky Bobby. Don't bring that drama on me. All right, let's go ahead and close it down for the week. Ouch, Ginger, that was Daddy's wrist. All right, so winner of today's drawing. I tried to get Ginger to hit the button earlier, but she wouldn't do it. She's hungry. She's putting my hand on her belly to tell me her belly hurts because she's hungry. All right, let's see. Does Debbie get 3? Does Ernest play the spoiler? Do one of our single tickets take it today? Let's see. I just hope it's not. Marina, I love you, but I hope you're not the one that keeps Debbie from getting 3. If it's Ernest, it's okay, but I don't want it to be you. Even though I love you. Here we go. Winner of today's drawing is... Oh! Debbie takes a 3. Man! I wonder what happened. Debbie was begging to win, right? Do you guys remember this? Debbie was literally I haven't won in a while, guys. Come on, guys. I haven't won. Can somebody let me win? And now, bam, she just cranks off a 3. Look at that. Man! Debbie kicking butt and taking some names. Look at this. Wow. And it resets for Monday because she can't win 4 in a row. But man, look at that. Debbie is and actually, it was funny. Debbie won Wednesday for the 50. So she went 50, 100, 250. So Debbie cleaned house this week. Man, Debbie is like the dollar. Right? Man. Go, Debbie. Congratulations. No more complaining next week, Debbie, that you didn't win because you just kicked everybody's butt. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, I would say, have a great weekend, but whew. Man, Debbie's over there it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? I just swept it. Right? I just swept it. If you guys are not on the Discord channel, click the button below. I feel like the meme channel is going to blow up right now. It's going to be Debbie Princess memes for the next hour inside of the meme channel. So yeah, everybody head over to the Discord channel, check the memes. It's going to be like, it's going to get crazy. So with that said, anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Don't forget, next Monday, we start the Nadex sessions 15 minutes earlier. Instead of us butting into the open, I told Todd I want to do it a little bit earlier. So we'll be broadcasting Eastern Standard Time. We'll be broadcasting from 8:45 to 9. And again, the goal is not to go over 9 to give everybody at least a half hour. It'll also help us kind of prepare a little bit more for the news releases, because we can be a little bit, so many times we're setting up a trade, and then by the time we finally talk at like 9 or 9:05, it's already moved. So hopefully this will help us capture more. So next week on Monday, actually every day of the week, it'll be 8:45 to 9 will be the Nadex presentation on their YouTube channel. And then next week, Monday is our normal 9:30. Tuesday is fine. Wednesday is going to be fine. Thursday, Friday, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to switch it to night times or not. But like I said, I'll be going with Jen to school next week because she's under 3. So I kind of have to be a chaperone for her. And like I said, it's important for me to have her do that. So I'm not sure I'll be able to do that, but we'll figure something out as far as the chart schools go for Thursday, Friday. So with that said, everybody have a great weekend. You guys take care. Thank you so much for being here. And again, get over into that meme channel. It's going to get crazy. See you guys later.